Welcome to Dolphin Dive Daily, your go-to spot for everything Miami Dolphins. If you bleed aqua and orange, hit that subscribe button and join the pod. Nobody was surprised when the Miami Dolphins announced their captains for the 2025 season and Tyreek Hill's name was absent. After his controversial actions at the end of last season, fans and analysts alike understood the omission, and Hill himself acknowledged in interviews that he didn't deserve the honor of captaincy anymore. The Dolphins' leadership knew they couldn't overlook the star receiver entirely, however, because his influence on the team remained enormous. Tyreek Hill's ability to draw coverage, create explosive plays, and change the dynamic of a game is unmatched, making him indispensable to Miami's offensive identity. The bigger question wasn't about talent, it was about commitment. Would Hill show the maturity and dedication necessary to repair relationships, buy into team culture, and help the Dolphins succeed in a highly competitive AFC East? Early indications suggest that he might be doing exactly that, and the coaching staff is paying close attention. Coach Mike McDaniel offered a candid update on Hill's progress during a recent press conference, emphasizing that the receiver's commitment to his role and teammates has been noticeable. What can be said about any of our leaders and how they're communicating expectations, and then how people are more invested toward each other? McDaniel began, signaling that leadership extends beyond the captain's label. He specifically mentioned Hill's accountability and ownership of his responsibilities, framing it as a key example for the rest of the team. The Dolphins' coaching staff has clearly been watching closely, noting that the extra effort Hill is putting in creates stronger connections between players, which is essential in a sport where timing, communication, and trust dictate outcomes. McDaniel praised the overall growth of the roster while highlighting Hill's role in fostering cohesion, suggesting that the wide receiver's influence goes beyond stats and highlights, affecting the team's mentality and preparedness for the season. Despite being sidelined by an oblique injury sustained during training camp, Hill has been actively participating in modified practice sessions, showing a willingness to work within the team's framework. Miami's medical and coaching staff have carefully structured his practice reps to ensure he remains healthy and fully prepared for Week 1 against the Colts. Hill's presence, even in limited activity, sends a clear message about his priorities this season. His approach contrasts sharply with the previous year when public criticism and inconsistent behavior overshadowed his talent. Now, Hill appears focused on demonstrating accountability, reconnecting with teammates, and regaining trust, all while physically rehabilitating. This combination of mental and physical commitment is crucial for a player of Hill's caliber, as it sets a standard for preparation, responsibility, and collaboration, ensuring that when he returns to full action, he is not only ready to perform, but fully integrated into the Dolphins' offensive game plan. One of the most closely scrutinized storylines during Miami's preseason has been Hill's evolving relationship with quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, which had suffered after Hill's comments last season. Tua's candid remarks earlier in the offseason highlighted the strain Hill's previous behavior placed on his rapport with teammates, making the issue both public and pressing. McDaniel, however, has observed tangible improvement in Hill's engagement, describing renewed focus and stronger interactions between the two stars. The Dolphins' locker room, according to the head coach, has begun embracing a higher standard where daily practice intensity mirrors that of actual game conditions. Hill's efforts to mend bridges with Tua, as well as with other teammates, reflect an understanding that leadership is not a title but an action. This transformation is a pivotal part of the Dolphins' strategy to cultivate a cohesive, resilient team that can withstand the pressures of the long NFL season while maintaining performance and morale. McDaniel also emphasized the broader team growth that Hill's renewed commitment has helped foster. By paying attention to daily interactions, communication, and preparation, players have started developing deeper connections on and off the field, enhancing overall performance. McDaniel cited examples ranging from rookie guards to veteran defensive players, noting that everyone benefits when key contributors like Hill set a positive example. In a sport where 11 players must operate in near-perfect harmony to achieve a common result, trust and accountability cannot be overstated. Hill's ownership of his role has, according to the coach, inspired other players to elevate their professionalism and investment in team success. The ripple effect of this commitment could impact Miami's season-long consistency, as the Dolphins attempt to transform perceptions of their locker room culture from problematic to disciplined, motivated, and highly competitive in every matchup they face. The conversation around accountability naturally ties into the Dolphins' past challenges with culture and discipline. Last season, multiple players faced fines for tardiness and unprofessional conduct, contributing to a narrative that the team lacked cohesion and seriousness. Hill, in particular, became a symbol of these issues, but this offseason has shown a stark contrast. Coaches, teammates, and analysts have all noted Hill's efforts to demonstrate maturity and focus. His engagement during rehab sessions and willingness to maintain communication with Tua and the offensive unit highlight a shift in attitude. Miami staff believes that Hill's personal growth will serve as a model for the roster, encouraging a culture of professionalism, preparation, and responsibility. By embodying these values, Hill is not only repairing his own reputation, but also providing a blueprint for teammates who may have struggled with consistency or focus in previous campaigns, potentially strengthening the Dolphins' internal dynamics for the long haul. Hill's rehabilitation process has become a key lens through which the Dolphins measure accountability and commitment. Following the example set by Tua after returning from a concussion, Hill has taken injury recovery seriously, emphasizing structured workouts, film study, and mental preparation. This approach indicates a broader understanding that contributions to the team are not limited to on-field performance alone. Staying engaged in strategy meetings, communicating with teammates during practice, and observing the offense's rhythm are all ways Hill is reinforcing his value while managing his health. This dual focus on recovery and involvement exemplifies the kind of leadership that McDaniel praises, one where influence is earned through consistent effort, responsible behavior, and attention to detail. In doing so, Hill demonstrates that being a cornerstone of the Dolphins requires more than talent. It requires accountability, foresight, and a commitment to collective success. The implications of Hill's behavior extend to Miami's overall offensive cohesion. His willingness to integrate, support younger players, and coordinate with Tua enhances the fluidity of their passing game. By setting an example of diligence and communication, Hill has effectively elevated practice intensity, aligning it closer to real game conditions. This alignment is crucial for a team with championship aspirations, where small margins often determine outcomes. As McDaniel highlighted, the extra investment Hill brings creates subtle but meaningful improvements in timing, decision-making, and interpersonal trust. The Dolphins' offense can now operate with a clearer sense of synergy, where every player understands expectations and is motivated to uphold them. Hill's commitment thus transcends individual performance. It actively contributes to the collective mechanics of Miami's game plan, making him a linchpin not just for highlight plays, but for consistent, sustained offensive success throughout the season. While early signs of Hill's growth are promising, the ultimate test will come when adversity strikes. Every NFL season includes injuries, tough matchups, and high-pressure moments that reveal true character. McDaniel's cautious optimism suggests that while Hill has made meaningful strides, consistency will be key. If Hill maintains his renewed focus, his collaboration with Tua, and his commitment to the locker room, he could redefine not only his legacy in Miami, but also the team's identity. Conversely, any regression could jeopardize relationships and morale. Fans and analysts will be watching closely, aware that the difference between individual brilliance and team greatness often lies in reliability and cohesion. Hill's off-season dedication, coupled with structured rehab and positive influence, positions him to potentially thrive, but only sustained effort and resilience will confirm whether this version of Tyreek Hill endures across the highs and lows of the 2025 season. For now, the narrative surrounding Hill is one of redemption, professionalism, and proactive engagement. The Dolphins' coaching staff, led by McDaniel, sees a player who is consciously addressing past mistakes, prioritizing team success, and setting a renewed example for peers. Hill's approach is emblematic of what the Dolphins hope to cultivate, a roster where accountability, preparation, and cohesion define daily behavior. The absence of captaincy does not diminish his impact. Rather, it provides space for Hill to demonstrate leadership through action rather than title. This season could become a defining chapter in his career, showcasing not just athletic prowess, but character growth and team commitment. If Hill's current trajectory holds, he may become a pivotal figure in Miami's pursuit of consistency, competitiveness, and respect across the league, embodying a blend of talent, maturity, and influence that the Dolphins desperately need to succeed. Still with us? Then show some love. Hit that like button and let us know in the comments. What's your take on the Fins this week? The sports world has been buzzing with whispers about a potential seismic shift in the NFL landscape, and the latest rumor involves none other than Jonathan Taylor, the star running back whose name has been synonymous with elite rushing ability and game-breaking explosiveness. According to insiders, there is a strong sense that Taylor is moving closer to a deal with the Miami Dolphins, a franchise that has been quietly assembling pieces to challenge the AFC elite. Sources suggest that conversations have progressed beyond preliminary interest, indicating that both Taylor and the Dolphins front office see mutual benefit in the potential union. The timing could not be more intriguing, as Miami appears to be looking to bolster its ground game, which has been inconsistent despite flashes of brilliance from the backfield. Taylor's unique blend of power, speed, and vision makes him a perfect fit for a Dolphins offense that thrives on creativity and strategic innovation. What makes this potential move so tantalizing is the way it could reshape not only Miami's offensive identity, but also the broader NFL dynamics. Taylor is not just a runner who gains yards. He is a player who forces defenses to adjust their entire approach, creating opportunities for teammates in ways that statistics sometimes fail to capture. Imagine the Dolphins' receiving core, already talented, benefiting from Taylor's ability to draw attention and open lanes downfield. The rumors suggest that the Dolphins are prepared to make a significant financial commitment to secure Taylor's services, signaling a serious intent to compete at the highest level. Fans and analysts alike have started to speculate on how Taylor's presence could alter game plans, red zone strategies, and the overall tempo of Miami's offense. If the deal materializes, it would send a clear message to the rest of the league that the Dolphins are not just participants in the AFC East, but genuine contenders aiming for a deep playoff run. The intrigue surrounding this potential signing goes beyond the numbers and the highlight reels. It touches on legacy, ambition, and timing. Jonathan Taylor, coming off several productive seasons that established him as one of the league's premier backs, is at a crossroads in his career where every decision carries weight. The whispers in Miami hint at an environment that promises opportunity, a chance to be the centerpiece of a dynamic offense, and the possibility to etch his name in franchise history. Analysts have begun to debate how Taylor's style, his patient approach to the line of scrimmage, combined with sudden bursts of speed, will mesh with the Dolphins' offensive coordinator's schemes. Even casual observers are now discussing how Taylor could transform Miami's play-action game, adding a dangerous element that defenses cannot ignore. As more insiders weigh in, the speculation has reached fever pitch, with social media fueling the frenzy as fans dissect every nuance of the unfolding story. Equally fascinating is the ripple effect this rumor could have across the league's trade and free agent markets. Teams that might have been interested in bolstering their backfields are suddenly re-evaluating their strategies, anticipating that the Dolphins could solidify a running game that ranks among the most formidable in recent memory. The buzz around Taylor has created a narrative where every carry, every target, and every offensive formation will be scrutinized for clues about the future. Experts on sports shows are theorizing about potential matchups, considering how AFC defenses will adjust if Taylor indeed lands in Miami. The conversation has expanded beyond pure performance metrics. It now encompasses leadership, locker room chemistry, and how a high-profile acquisition like this can galvanize a franchise's fan base. Taylor's potential arrival is being framed as more than a transaction. It's a statement of intent. Financial implications are also fueling the rumor mill, as contract structures and salary cap considerations have become central talking points. Sources suggest that the Dolphins are willing to negotiate aggressively, offering incentives and bonuses designed to reflect Taylor's elite status. This potential contract is reportedly structured to reward performance, durability, and key contributions in critical games, signaling Miami's belief in Taylor as a cornerstone. Speculation about the exact figures continues to circulate, with insiders hinting at numbers that could make Taylor one of the highest-paid running backs in the league. Beyond pure money, The arrangement is said to include guarantees and clauses that reflect both parties' desire for long-term collaboration. For fans tracking every update, the rumor has provided a captivating subplot in a sport where player movement can define seasons, and this particular story seems to have all the ingredients of drama, excitement, and high stakes. Off-field narratives are equally compelling, with whispers suggesting that Taylor is drawn to Miami not only for football reasons, but also for lifestyle considerations and a supportive organizational culture. The Dolphins have a reputation for fostering talent and creating an environment where elite players can thrive both personally and professionally. Taylor's potential integration into the team could be seamless, with coaches reportedly impressed by his work ethic, adaptability, and leadership qualities. Community engagement and media presence are also part of the discussion, as Miami seeks to position Taylor as not just a player, but a figure who embodies the team's values and ambitions. The rumor has ignited conversations about how star athletes choose destinations, blending competitive opportunity with quality of life and brand-building potential. Taylor's name being linked to Miami has created a narrative that merges performance on the field with lifestyle off it, adding layers of intrigue to an already sensational rumor. From a tactical perspective, analysts are dissecting the possible formations and game plans that could accompany Taylor's arrival. His versatility allows for a wide array of plays, from inside zone runs to jet sweeps and screen passes, giving Miami's offense a multidimensional edge. Rumors suggest that coaches are envisioning creative ways to maximize Taylor's skills, emphasizing his vision, acceleration, and ability to break tackles. This has led to wild speculation about the Dolphins' playbook for the next season, with fans imagining highlight reel runs, clutch third-down conversions, and red zone dominance. Defensive coordinators across the league are reportedly paying close attention to the speculation, as Taylor's hypothetical presence in Miami changes the calculus of matchups and personnel deployment. Every discussion, from online forums to sports podcasts, now considers the ripple effects of Taylor potentially wearing aqua and orange, making this rumor feel like a seismic shift rather than a simple transaction. The timing of this rumor is also critical, as Miami appears to be entering a phase of calculated aggression in roster building. Sources hint that Taylor's potential deal aligns with a broader strategy to compete at the highest level, targeting both immediate success and sustained excellence. The Dolphins' front office is reportedly focused on combining proven talent with emerging stars, and adding a player of Taylor's caliber could accelerate their timeline. Industry insiders speculate that the team sees this acquisition as a catalyst for a championship push, elevating expectations and intensifying scrutiny. Fans are particularly excited about the synergy between Taylor and the Dolphins' existing skill players, imagining dynamic backfield combinations and innovative offensive schemes. The rumor has sparked debate over whether Miami could become a legitimate Super Bowl contender, with Taylor as a centerpiece capable of tipping the balance in critical games. Social media has amplified the rumor to near-viral status, with every report, hint, or subtle comment analyzed for hidden meaning. Fans have taken to Twitter, Reddit, and Instagram, dissecting photos, past interviews, and insider commentary to validate the speculation. Sports personalities and analysts have jumped in, sharing their interpretations, which only fuels the rumor mill further. Memes, highlight reels, and hypothetical scenarios proliferate, demonstrating how a single potential acquisition can dominate discourse and captivate attention. The narrative has transcended traditional reporting, evolving into a cultural conversation where fans feel personally invested in the outcome. This intense online activity underscores how rumors in the modern sports era can shape perceptions, expectations, and excitement, creating a shared experience that blurs the lines between fact and speculation. Veteran observers emphasize that rumors like this carry an undercurrent of strategy, negotiation, and psychological warfare, as teams use speculation to gain leverage or signal intent. The whispers about Taylor and the Dolphins may serve multiple purposes, from gauging fan reaction to influencing other players or franchises in parallel negotiations. The rumor has prompted debates on strategy, team building, and the intricate dance of free agency, illustrating how a single player can generate discussions spanning multiple facets of professional football. Beyond the locker room, the story impacts marketing, ticket sales, and public perception, showing that elite talent influences far more than on-field outcomes. Taylor's potential signing is emblematic of how rumors, even before confirmation, can create momentum, excitement, and a sense of inevitability within a franchise narrative, drawing attention from casual and diehard fans alike. Ultimately, the buzz surrounding Jonathan Taylor and the Miami Dolphins is a reminder of the power of speculation in sports culture, blending fact, insight, and imagination into a narrative that captivates audiences worldwide. While nothing is confirmed, every hint, source, and insider comment has been analyzed for possible clues, fueling endless discussion. Fans, analysts, and commentators are all engaged, constructing detailed, what-if scenarios that capture the imagination. Should the deal materialize, the ramifications would extend beyond statistics, records, and victories, influencing culture, strategy, and franchise identity. Even if the rumors remain just that, the excitement they generate demonstrates the emotional connection fans have to the game, highlighting how a single player's potential move can dominate conversation, inspire debate, and inject a sense of drama and anticipation into the NFL landscape, keeping everyone on the edge of their seats. The final piece of this unfolding puzzle is timing, perception, and opportunity, as both Jonathan Taylor and the Miami Dolphins navigate negotiations amid heightened scrutiny and fan expectation. Rumors indicate that meetings have been productive, with both sides expressing enthusiasm for a potential partnership that could redefine the Dolphins' running game. Media speculation continues to frame the narrative as high stakes, with every report treated as potentially decisive. Observers are considering how Taylor's presence might impact roster construction, offensive balance, and playoff aspirations. Even casual fans are engaged, imagining the spectacle of a Taylor-led rushing attack dominating the league's toughest defenses. As the rumor mill reaches fever pitch, the story has taken on a life of its own, illustrating how a single potential acquisition can dominate conversation, inspire imagination, and heighten anticipation, reinforcing the magnetic pull of speculation and shaping the landscape of professional football. That's a wrap for today's dive. If you're loving the content, share it with a fellow Dolphins fan, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a splash. Fins up.